control system, and the possibility the system will be strained to the breaking point. In the Senate, a Republican proposal to guarantee payment of essential government workers and the troops for the duration of the shutdown has been blocked by the Democrats. President Trump is holding off on a federal law enforcement surge to San Francisco after speaking with the mayor and tech industry leaders. The president upbeat about his upcoming trip to Asia and a meeting he'll have with Chinese President Xi Jinping to talk trade. President Trump has ended trade talks with Canada after the Canadians came out with an anti-tariff TV ad that Mr. Trump says is misleading. Watching Wall Street, Dow futures up 67 points. More details at srnnews.com.
Okay, some good news during a challenging time for everybody, and this could really help. You may know hundreds of thousands of people have already made the switch to MediShare, which is the affordable alternative to health insurance. And with so many people looking at how they're paying for healthcare right now, seeing premiums going up and the cost of healthcare, MediShare has a special offer, and a lot of people are taking advantage of it. Just apply by October 31st, and they'll waive your new member fee. You're saving $100 right off the bat. That's just the start. Obviously, the typical family saves up to $500 a month after making the switch. And MediShare is a Christian community that shared more than $9 billion in medical bills over the years. It's worked beautifully for decades. I'll give you the number here in a second. If you call, you can get a price within 2 minutes. Just tell them the promo code SHARE to get your additional savings, Sue. Here it is. Call 844-45-BIBLE. That's 844-45-BIBLE. 844-45-BIBLE.
Your home for Goodland High School athletics. 4A's Tech Northwest Tech Tiger basketball, the Denver Broncos, as well as the Morning Blitz with Ross Volkmer. You're listening to Goodland's Rocket 102.5, KKCI FM, Goodland Colby, an NWKS radio station.
Looking for insurance that actually puts you first? At the insurance agency in downtown Goodland, we're independent, which means we work for you. Whether it's auto, home, crop, or business, we shop top carriers to get you the best coverage at the best price. No pushy sales, just honest advice from people who live right here in your community. Give us a call today at 785-899-5011 or stop by 1020 Main in Goodland, and let's get you covered. The Insurance Agency. Insurance the way it should be.
If you're shopping for a banking institution, visit with Equity Bank of Hoxie, Grinnell, and Quinter, Kansas. The Equity Bank is heavily invested in local business and activities contributing in many ways back to their community. Their employees are involved with many organizations and area events. Plus, a lot of experience comes with that staff. You'll find valuable local assistance when you bank at the Equity Bank of Hoxie, Grinnell, Quinter, and other locations in Western Kansas. The Equity Bank, member FDIC.
With NWKS Radio News, I'm Connor Schuh. Yesterday was the Colby Chamber of Commerce's annual luncheon. There we heard from the chamber, its ambassadors, some diplomats, and the biggest thing there was a State of the City address from Ron Alexander, the city manager. Here's a little bit of what he had to say yesterday.
Housing, we continue to fight and scratch for every living unit we can in this community. According to Indeed, we have 100 open job positions in this community. Kansas Works articulates 40 to 50 jobs, and we have zero housing. It's hard to recruit people to come work your jobs when you don't have any housing. We opened up the 18 duplexes out by Jimmy John's. They filled up right away, didn't make a scratch in the needs that we have. So we continue to work on that.
For these and other stories, go to nwksradio.net.
Today and tonight will be mostly cloudy. Chances for any measurable precipitation is very low, with better chances along and south and east of the line from Garden City to Hayes. Highs will be in the 55 to 60 degree range. Light northeasterly winds under 10 miles per hour, and overnight dense fog is possible with lows in the lower 40s. Tomorrow, a similar day is expected with cloud cover and dense fog along and east of Highway 25. West will be less and partly cloudy, with light southwesterly to southeasterly winds less than 10 miles per hour. Highs will be near 60, lows again around 40. And then on Sunday, some clouds and highs in the lower 60s with southeast winds around 10 miles per hour. And Sunday night and Monday, there is chances for some light rain showers, a quarter inch or less, and lows in the upper 30s. Monday, south winds will become gusty at 25 to 45 miles per hour, and highs will be 60 to 65. This meteorologist Chris Schromick, the NWKS Radio Weather Center.
Are pests making your home or business uncomfortable? Call Pest Away in Goodland, Kansas, serving all of Northwest Kansas. They provide top-notch pest control services to keep your space safe and pest-free. From ants to rodents, termites to spiders, our expert team is here to help with effective, safe, and affordable pest control solutions. Don't wait. Call Pest Away today at 785-728-7166 for fast, reliable service. Your home or business deserves the best protection.
Convenience just got an upgrade. Farmers State Bank of Oakley is excited to announce the opening of our brand new ATM along Highway 40, right next to Sonic Drive-In. Whether you're grabbing a snack or on the go, you can quickly access your cash without the detour. It's banking made easy, right where you need it. Farmers State Bank of Oakley, member FDIC.
Looking for insurance that actually puts you first? At the insurance agency in downtown Goodland, we're independent, which means we work for you. Whether it's auto, home, crop, or business, we shop top carriers to get you the best coverage at the best price. No pushy sales, just honest advice from people who live right here in your community. Give us a call today at 785-899-5011 or stop by 1020 Main in Goodland and let's get you covered. The insurance agency. Insurance the way it should be.
This fall, Hoover Lumber Ace Hardware has everything you could need. Keep your lawn strong with Ultimate Winterizer, the best defense before the frost. Warm up your evenings and create memories with a new fire pit. Or bring home the flavor with a great selection of grills and smokers from brands like Traeger, Blackstone, Green Egg, and more. And right now, the lumber prices are low, and so are the temperatures, making it the best season to tackle those outdoor projects. It's Hoover Lumber Ace Hardware with locations in Goodland and Colby. Open every day but Sunday.
It's Truck Month at Hurl Chevrolet GMC in Goodland. Get behind the wheel of a brand new 2026 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 with 2.9% APR for 72 months. And if GMC's more your style, you're in luck. Drive home a 25 GMC Sierra Elevation with up to $7,000 in customer cash or lock in 0.9% APR on a 26 GMC Sierra 1500. Whether it's power, performance, or pure style, Hurl Chevrolet GMC has the truck to match your drive. Visit hurlchev.com or stop by today in Goodland and make this Truck Month one to remember.
Need a porta potty or septic pumping in Northwest Kansas? Call Topside Portables and Pumping, your local family-owned crew. They've got clean, reliable toilets for weddings, farms, and job sites, plus full septic services, RV waste, fertilizer tanks, and more. Available 24/7, because when nature calls, they answer. Call 785-728-8089. That's 728-8089. Topside Portables and Pumping. Reliable, local, clean.
You ready? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4!
It's time for the Morning Blitz with Ross Volkmer.
The amount of money getting thrown around, please squat, is amazing to me.
And Connor Schuh, live on Goodland's Rocket 102.5 on YouTube, Facebook, and X.
Who's got it better than us? Nobody!
Covering it all from the preps.
He's at the 10, the 5, he dives for the end zone, he's in! Touchdown, Cowboys!
To the pros.
Line drive, left field, base hit! Here comes McMahon, he'll score! Ball game!
The Blitz is presented by Hurl Chevrolet GMC, Hoover Lumber Ace Hardware, and F&B Bank, along with
Equity Bank of Hoxie, Quinter, and Grinnell, the insurance agency, Pest Away LLC, Topside Portables and Pumping, and the Farmer State Bank in Oakley.
Let's go to work.
Second down and 10 at the 27-yard line. Chargers up 14-3, looking for more. Herbert sets and throws, floating it down the right sideline. McConkey is open. He drops it down the sideline into the end zone. Alad McConkey, touchdown, makes it 20-3, Los Angeles.
Harper in the corner with 3. Butler up top. It's gone, a 3. That might be the dagger.
Motion across from Matlock. Play action. Bootleg right. Herbert stops. Goes back to the left. Spinning toward the end zone. Throws. It is caught. Touchdown. He found Trey Harris in the middle of the end zone. Starting to scramble. Last minute toss. And the rookie from Ole Miss has his first NFL touchdown.
Thank you, Justin Herbert. Thank you so much. Those are 24 beautiful fantasy points that I need every week. Thanks, buddy. I'm going to take those
Good work, Justin.
Those uniforms last night for the Chargers brought back the feels. I mean, those were the uniforms of the Chargers I remember when I first started watching professional football. The dark navy blues.
Back when Dan Fouts was playing.
Dan Fouts. Nice. Great pull. Yeah, I'm not that old.
I'm kidding.
I tell you what, I remember when Drew Brees played for the Chargers.
Ooh.
That's cool. I remember that. So, yeah, remember they used to wear the dark blues. Now, they had the white pants with the dark blue tops, but it's way better than those yellow ones. They were the banana-looking uniforms they wore last week.
Those aren't so bad.
I know. It's a little far-fetched.
I like the baby blues.
The powder blues are the ultimate best NFL uniform. I don't think there's a better one.
Whew. They're up there for sure.
What do you think is the best NFL uniform?
I'd say, I think off the top of my head, I can think of the Tampa Bay creamsicle uniforms. I love
those.
them.
Are very good as well. I would agree. Fantastic. But yeah, I don't know. I think the ultimate uniform of all time is the Chargers, and it's the helmet that has the bolt with the number on the side.
That's cool.
Oh man, love those. Those are I think my favorite NFL uniforms. Those are fantastic. But I will agree, the Charger ones are very, very good. I do enjoy those. Also love the throwback Patriot ones with the center hiking the football on the side of the helmet. Those red and blue, cool. Those are pretty sweet. Notice everything's old school and nothing really of the new style.
People are trying to be too minimalist with their jerseys. I don't like it. It's not fun. I miss when there were big designs and stuff. I mean, you see like the 90s, like MDA jerseys. Those are all way cooler than the ones now.
Yeah, the Detroit Piston logo back in the 90s, with the horse head.
Oh, and like the exhaust coming out of it.
That was some great designs, man.
I love that.
See, people were just better in the 90s, I guess.
People were having more fun.
I don't know. So, yeah, I would agree with you 100%. That is for sure. But good Friday morning, everybody. It is the Morning Blitz. I'm Ross Volkmer. He's Connor Schuh with you here for the next, less than an hour or so here on Rocket 1025 and WKSradio.net. And, of course, our smiling faces on the Hurl Chevrolet GMC video stream. Good morning to all out there. We got a full show ahead for you today. We're going to make our picks of the weekend. Hopefully have a better showing than we did last week. I'm not going to bet on it. But we're going to have Connor's got our baker's dozen of picks this week to make. It's going to be fun. So we're going to have lots of picks to go through. We'll do that also with the weekend slate coming up in our second segment. I would agree with Connor. He found a great story, and I would agree with it. I didn't know if we were going to get to it today or not, but I'm happy to talk about it. But there is an interesting story in basketball recruiting that we're going to get to in segment number 3. I've even got some Bill Self audio on it. That's how good it is.
Oh,
found some Bill Self audio on it from Big 12 Media Days. So I don't think it's that old of a story. I think it's actually pretty prevalent.
It came out I think last week.
But I think it did, but
prevalent.
Media Days at the Big 12 Basketball Media has caused Bill Self to get have his voice heard on this on the issue. And so I've got a little bit of audio from Bill Self on that. So we'll get to that coming up. And we'll also hit on the Jayhawk Conference basketball preseason polls that came out. And I have some thoughts on one of the polls coming up here in the program. But of course, we're going to kick things off with high school football. The regular season comes to an end. It's the regular season finale before we begin postseason play. I know it's only 8 games and usually 9 used to be the end of the regular season. But now with the way that football has been done for the last handful of years, they play 8 regular season games. And then the 9th week begins the postseason, whether it's the first round. And then if you're not good enough to make the playoffs, like some teams, Goodland will be one of those teams this year, unfortunately.
Don't even say that.
It's the truth. It's just the truth. You can't run from the facts.
Sugarcoat.
You're not going to make the postseason here. No matter if Goodland beats Hugoton or not tonight, which it would be a humongous win if the Cowboys upset Hugoton tonight. But no matter if they win or not, there's nothing that they can do that is going to allow, because they lost to Colby. That would be the tiebreaker game. So Colby and Goodland finished with the same record. They lost to Colby in the tiebreaker game. It doesn't matter. Colby is in the postseason as the 4th seed. I can see it happening right now. So Goodland will be heading east to somewhere over near Wichita to play someone who didn't make the playoffs from that district. And they'll play in what I like to call, they call it the non-bracket game. I call it the bowl game. You get a bowl game. You get a chance to wrap up the season with a win. If you can go there, but that's where the Goodland Cowboys will be. And so this is the regular season finale tonight for a lot of teams. And The slate, pretty decent. Wallace County hosting Wheatland Grinnell, Decatur Community at Hill City, an interesting game there. Hill City, I think, is the favorite in that, but Decatur Community's got a good, powerful running game that could give Hill City some issues a little bit. Rollins County hosting Hoxie, another very interesting game. Two teams that were very good last year that graduated a lot of pieces. Hoxie went on to win a state championship last year. The Indians have been rebuilding this year, and Rollins County kind of the same. I'm interested to see if Coach Lance Barr has a good game plan to slow down Dominic Paz. That will be great to see what happens there. Quinter plays host to Trigo. Golden Plains and Cheyenne meet up there in Rexford, which is a great kind of rivalry game. St. Francis will host Stockton. The Indians with a chance to pick up another win. Stockton has struggled for the last handful of years, and if St. Francis can pick up this win, I was going to look up and see what their record would be. Yeah, maybe I have that on the Massey ratings. I bet they have that. I was going to look that up, see if I can find that real quickly. St. Francis could pick up a win, and they could get to 5-8. 5-8 with a win for St. Francis, which would be a huge step in that in the direction for that program for Grant Wiggers. That'd be big. And then Weskin tries to continue their winning streak after dropping the first one. They're on the road at Tri-Plains Brewster in Winona. And then, of course, as I mentioned, Goodland going to Hugoton. More on that in a minute. And Colby at Scott City. So you get to experience the ultimate press setup in the GWAC tonight. Are you excited?
I would say so. There have been some interesting booth setups that I've encountered so far in my travels.
Because you're spoiled, used to going to Ohio State. Welcome to the real world.
Oh, we were on the camera deck. I mean, we weren't like for football games.
You were high up at least.
We were. It was. I will not complain because we got to call Ohio State football, and it was a great vantage point. But for the last games we played at Ohio Stadium, it was freezing. It was. We were in the negatives for Michigan and Tennessee. And we were all just quadruple layered up. Yeah, I don't think I had the hand warmers, but I was like wearing boots, and I had.
Were you shaking at any point in time during the broadcast?
Yes,
because you haven't lived until you're calling a ball game and they're shaking. You can't.
Teeth were chattering.
You can't. I've been there before. We're trying to keep numbers and stuff with the pencil, and your hands are just shaking.
Yeah,
I have been in some spot. I remember doing a game many years ago. It was at Victoria, which is over there east of Hayes. And Wallace County was playing in the postseason. And it was so cold that they had to have those turbofan jet heaters on the sidelines blowing on the players. It was so cold. It was so cold in the box that equipment was shutting down.
Oh, no.
I mean, so cold. Absolutely frigid cold weather. That was the coldest game I can remember. And then I remember calling a game up in St. Francis a few years later where the wind was blowing consistently at 55, 60 miles an hour. And I was outside. So you can imagine you're trying to hold on to stuff. So I have been in a lot of different interesting booths, but those two really stand out to me. So anything you've experienced this year is nowhere near as bad as what I have experienced in my career.
Hey, we'll find out.
But tonight you will not be. You'll be in the comfy confines of the Scott City Press Box, which is the creme de la creme in the GWAC. So you'll be very, very comfy. You'll enjoy the view. It'll be great. Adam Kadavy is a phenomenal host there. He'll welcome you with open arms. So it'll be a good time for you. What are your thoughts on the Eagles and the Beavers going into tonight?
First off, shout out to Adam. I talked to him the other day. Very good guy.
Great dude. Shout out Adam Kadavy.
Yes.
I believe listener of the program from time to time. So shout out.
He should have. Dang it. He should have corrected me because I called him Adam Kadavy.
Adam would never do that. Adam is too nice of a guy.
Dang.
Adam Kadavy.
Okay. Yeah, it could go either way. But to this matchup, I mean, the Eagles they're hot right now. 2 straight, feeling pretty good. And if you get this win against Scott City, if I'm not mistaken, you have a shot at postseason play past a bracket game, right?
Well, you're in the postseason. You're in the postseason.
Well, yeah.
No matter what happens, you're in the post. What do you mean by a bracket game?
So,
in your words,
talking to Coach Mosier, that is like the game. If you don't make the playoffs, you play a bracket game, which is
probably where
advanced past.
That would be where Goodland's going to go more than likely. Yes.
So
I don't see how Goodland does not play in that game. Barring it's just Goodland upsets Hugoton and Colby gets blown out by Scott City by 1 billion points. I just don't see how that happens.
Yeah, because if you guys win and Colby wins, then you guys would be tied up with Scott City, which is, well, they still have the
They
tiebreaker.
have the tiebreaker for us. It does not matter. See, head-to-head matters. Goodland has lost all these games. It doesn't matter. Colby is in the postseason no matter what happens tonight.
I'm trying to give you some hope.
No, don't do that. You give good hope by winning games. So anyway, here's the thing. You win tonight, humongous feather in your cap. And you have some great momentum, obviously. But if you lose tonight, you're still in the postseason. You're going on the road. You are the 4 seed in this district. You'll be on the road playing the 1 seed in the other in the crossover district, which I'll have to look that up. So you'll be on the road. I think no matter what happens tonight, these are the 2 bottom teams in the district between Goodland and between Scott City and Colby. Those are the 2 bottom teams. You're both going to go on the road. It just depends on who you're going to play.
Yeah,
that's what matters.
Scott City and Colby both 1 and 2 for those who don't know in district. But as for this game, Scott City is another team that's a little bigger than Colby. So a big point of emphasis is going to be, how are they going to be able to block for the run game? Because you can get Cody Wright going in the backfield all you want, but it's not going to matter if you can't get blocks for him or Talon Warwick, whoever's running the football, or even Max and Smiley. And he's been doing a lot more QB keepers as of recently, but regardless, they need to be able to block these guys if they're going to have any chance to win, and I think might need a few big plays and big turnovers like they've had the past couple of weeks. So I think it's possible based on how the momentum has really swung on the season. I mean, because there was a brutal stretch there with that loss to Cimarron and then getting beat up by Hugoton and then showing some signs against Holcomb, and then things kind of skyrocketed from there. But I don't know. We're really going to need to see.
Competition got easier. That's what happened.
Well, hey, they took care of the competition.
And they did. That means they got easier, but they won.
And it's important.
Both can be true.
It's important because Colby also lost to Ulysses, who some could say is like on that same level as a Goodland or maybe a Lakin as well. But now you come around and you do what you're supposed to do and you beat those teams. And now that gives you much more of a springboard for a Scott City, who is not exactly the team they've been in the previous years. They're still good, but not quite the juggernaut that I've been told about in the GWAC.
Well,
so
the reasoning for that has been injuries. I mean, Scott City has been ravaged by injuries. I mean, so much that they had to cancel the junior varsity game with Goodland here on Monday. So they didn't have enough players to go and play JV.
That'll do it.
So they're injured. They're missing a lot of guys in the trenches. So I will be fascinated to find out if Colby is able to run the ball with Cody Wright, with Max and Smiley. I will be fascinated to see if they can get even a push up front. This is going to come down to Colby being able to score the ball against that 4-4 defense. It's a difficult defense. They are not going to let you run the ball. They stack the box. So it may come down to some throwing from Max and Smiley. And I'm guessing that they might be able to get a couple plays in there. But it's going to come down to Colby being able to stop Scott City's run game, because Scott's going to just load up and go, here you go. Here's the ball. And we're just going to pound it down the field, and they're going to they're going to do it all game long, all game long.
And
so they're not going to give up on it. And Colby's going to have to stand there and take the poundings, and it's going to be tough. And so if you're going to win this game, like you said, you're going to need a lot of breaks to go your way.
Yeah. And in my prep, they have like a handful of guys that they have running the football. So
it's a three-headed monster back there.
So those guys aren't going to get tired as much as your defensive line is going to get tired. So you need to find a way to just come together as a unit and probably rotate a little more than you'd like on the defensive line. And on top of that, something that Colby did really well last week was throw around the sideline and get those short completions and turn them into bigger gains. I think they're going to need to do a lot more of that and do what their offense is best at, and that's spread the defense out, especially when they still have that strong defensive line, even with some injuries. They're going to need to spread Scott City out and try to get some big plays, maybe set up some bigger plays, taking the top off the defense with some short throws early, see if you can get that done. And then I think that's another way they can find success here.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how Scott City responds. Once again, dealing with all these injuries, but They play this, they do this style of offense where, like you said, they have 3 different guys that carry the ball a lot, and it's kind of like Hugoton, but at the same time different. They're gonna run with Matthew Wheeler and give him the ball. He's a short, stocky power back, and then give it to Caden Couchman or Peyton Bergner around the outside, or these counter plays that they give it on the back handoff, then they cut up the field. It will be a challenge, knowing what I know about both teams, for Colby to slow that down. But Colby's got a big play offense, and it depends if Scott City can gives up some big plays in this game. But the thing is, whoever wins this game, it doesn't matter. Whoever wins this game or loses this game, you're probably taking on Cheney or Pratt in District 7. And those teams are not as dominant as they've been in the past.
Still a tough challenge.
Still very tough challenges, and you're going on the road to do that nonetheless, no matter who wins this game. So interesting game, though, tonight, and Connor will have coverage of that on 100.3 The Ride. Tonight here on Goodland's Rocket 102.5, the Goodland Cowboys wrap up the regular season. They are on the road down at Hugoton. Lots of things in play tonight. Here's the biggest thing. I've already talked about it before. The Cowboys have pretty much locked up a spot to play in that non-bracket playoff game, the bowl game, as I like to call it. And so the question is, are you looking ahead to the offseason? Are you looking ahead to basketball? Are you looking ahead to wrestling and thinking we're done with this football season, we're not going to be in the playoffs, so whatever, and confidence is low? Or are you willing to go down there and be focused for a 3-hour bus trip and then have to play an extremely tough offensive team? Playing triple option football is very, very hard because defensively you have to be assignment sound, and you have to put, as Coach Moser well put it, puts people on islands defensively, and you have to be willing to make those plays on an island. Like, hey, you've got the dive man, you've got the quarterback, you've got the pitch man. You got to have that. And you also got to be aware that they could also fake all that and then throw one over your head if you're not paying attention. And they will do that. They'll lull you to sleep and get you. This Hugoton team is a team that 2 years ago was very talented, very, very talented. Beat the socks off of Goodland down in Hugoton 70-0. The game was over at half. It was over. Last year, a way more competitive game here in Goodland, a 35-33 win for Hugoton, who held on. They built a lead. Cowboys came surging back, but just ran out of time and couldn't get a stop when they needed it. This year, that same Hugoton team, it's amazing going back through the roster. There is a lot of the same guys that we saw in Hugoton last year playing this year. Miguel Hernandez, the quarterback, Isai Guardado, the fullback, Jair Saldana, one of the running backs as well, the Adigan kid, the wide receiver. They're all back, and they all made big plays for them last year. And you can a win tonight for Hugoton gives them the most wins they've had in a football season since 2009. I was still in college, by the way, in 2009. It's been a while since then, but that's going to give them the most wins. So they're going to be motivated to do that. They have a chance to finish in the 2 spot behind Holcomb with the win tonight. They're going to be extra motivated to get this win. So a lot of the chips are stacked against the Cowboys, but I am fascinated to see if this Cowboy defense, which is bent but not really broken most of the season, I think has played pretty darn good all year long consistently, can go out there and put it together against a very tough offensive scheme. And offensively, little dinged up, but they have pretty much all the key guys ready to rock and roll. How do they go out down there, and can they score some points against this Hugoton defense that doesn't allow a lot of points because their offense plays keep away? They're having these long 12, 14 play drives, methodical drives, and melting the clock and all that. So a lot, like I said, the chips are stacked against the Cowboys tonight. It's going to be a very, very tough game for GHS. But you have to have the mentality that, we're going to go there, we're going to give it our best shot, and we're going to hope for the best. Maybe we get a few breaks to go our way, maybe a few turnovers. Don't know. But yeah, it'll be a tough one tonight for the Cowboys because Hugoton is motivated. Goodland knows that they've only got a couple games left this season. Who knows where their heads are at? So we'll see what tonight looks like. But we'll have coverage of Goodland and Hugoton here on Goodland's Rocket 102.5. Now, if you're curious on Goodland on who they might play in this bracket game coming up here next week, don't know, because there are 3 teams at 1-3 in the crossover district. So I have no clue who it could be. It's going to come down to points more than likely. It's either Wichita Collegiate, Clearwater, or Anthony Harper Chaparral. And here's the thing. It doesn't matter who ends up in the bottom of that pool. We're going there. We're making the long road trip to Wichita. So
have fun.
Fuel up the car. as I joked with Coach Moser a little bit about it, I said, we've got this all timed out wrong. We're in the playoffs the years that they would have to come west, and we're not in the playoffs in the years we got to go east. So
tough.
It's been tough, but that's the way it is. Let's see here real quick before we get to break. Colby, have you seen the 35.5-point dogs at Scott City? According
Are
to
you serious? That's a little. I think that's too big of a spread. I mean, I know Scott City. I think they deserve.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll say Colby covers, but it's come on. But it's not by a whole much more.
Give those Eags some respect, Massey. What are we doing?
Let's see. Goodland, a 33.5-point dog at Hugoton. Oof, I don't know.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, man, it makes sense. I don't know if that's I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Let's check out those. Man, I was going to look up one more game, the Hill City game. Where's that at? Hill City. Where are you at? Hill City Decatur Community. Oh, they've got Hill City winning by 31.5 in the predictions here. So interesting. There you go. A few of the Massey rating updates. And like I said, week number 8 of the high school football season. The regular season concludes tonight, and playoffs begin next week here in the state of Kansas. And you get that feeling because the weather, it feels like playoff football weather out there.
40 degrees this morning.
Cooler, feeling better. All right, let's get to a timeout. When we come back, we will dive into the weekend slate and look ahead to what's ahead. There's plenty of local things still going on. We'll have college and NFL games. We'll get to the weekend slate ahead next year on a Friday edition of the Morning Blitz.
Your business was built right here, so was ours. At FNB Bank, we are not run from some distant city. We are run by neighbors, for neighbors. We know what matters to you because it matters to us too. From local decisions to face-to-face service, we are here. Bank local, grow local, stay local. FNB Bank, member FDIC.
At Harvest, every acre tells the truth. And if you waited to see this season, you might be watching your yields slip away. Next year, don't wait and see. Know with TrivaPro. As the hardest working, longest lasting corn fungicide, TrivaPro works overtime to beat back disease, boost plant health, and preserve yield. For more bushels in the bin when it matters most. In 2026, don't wait to know. Go TrivaPro. Call your retailer today. Always read and follow label instructions.
It's time for a check of the markets with the Anderson Trade Group on the Kansas Farm and Ranch Radio Network.
Good morning, this is Tom Wheeler with the Anderson Trade Group with your overnight market report on October 24th. In the overnight session, beach corn was down 2 at 425, March corn down 2 at 439, and May down 1.5 at 447. November soybeans down 1 at 1043, Jan down 1 at 1060, and March down 1 at 1074. Kansas City hard red winter wheat December was unchanged at 5 even, March unchanged at 517, and May unchanged at 530.5. The Dow Jones is currently up 200 points at 47,120. S&P up 39 points at 6,815. NASDAQ up 204 points at 25,458. Gold is down 47 points at 4,098. And crude oil is slightly up at 61.86 a barrel. If you're in the Colorado area and have any grain to market or risk management questions, please call John Hinkie or John Stiles at 970-744-4484. Or you can call the Overland Park office, myself, Tom Sudo, Jared Ball, or Tyler Ghosh at 913-748-3000. Thank you.
The Anderson Trade Group, proud market partners with Kansas Farm and Ranch Radio. Find out more at andersongrain.com. The risk of loss through trading futures and or options is substantial, and each investor and or trader must consider whether this is a suitable investment. Past performance, whether actual or indicated, is not indicative of future results. The Anderson Trade Group has no guarantee that the advice given will result in profitable trades.
Hey, Max, you look sharp in that purple tie. Ready to harness the world as a guide dog?
You bet, Daisy. And your purple service dog vest really pops against your shiny fur.
First day on the job for both of us. We've got this, right?
You bet. Dogs Inc. trained us well.
Ready to make a difference for our humans?
Born ready.
Discover how extraordinary guide and service dogs change lives at no cost to the recipients. Visit dogsinc.org.
Farmers and ranchers, are you looking to sell your equipment at auction for zero fees and zero commissions? Well, then you need to check out Hayden Outdoors' new online equipment auction platform. You can list your equipment in our monthly online auctions using our easy-to-use platform, and you don't pay any fees or commissions. Visit HaydenOutdoors.com to learn more. That's HaydenOutdoors.com.
Kansas Corn reminds you that E15 fuel is the right choice for every kind of driver. For the car enthusiast, E15 has higher octane. For the thrifty driver, E15 is priced lower than regular unleaded. For the nature lover, E15 provides cleaner air. For the shopper who buys local, E15 has more ethanol from our Kansas corn farms. Choose E15 for a higher octane, lower price, and cleaner American fuel. This message from the Kansas Corn Commission. Learn more at kscorn.com.
Sports talk that's fast, fresh, and always on point.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
This is the Morning Blitz.
Don't forget, coming up here tonight and Saturday, it is the Haunted House to help from Fort Hays Tech Northwest. Going to be helping them out with bringing in 5 cans of box or non-perishable or $5 admission. And don't forget, November 5th coming up, we have the fall cleanup. That will be taking place for the elderly citizens in Goodland, called the Goodland Junior Senior High School. 890-5656 to get on their list for the fall cleanup once again on November 5th. I forgot to mention, Oakley High School football team does not have a game today. They have an open slot, an open game today, which is interesting. I would feel torn on that. Like, okay, we've had a tough year. We get a chance to get healthy before our final, or I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs or not. They might make the playoffs. We get a chance, or I'd rather have a game because, I only get so many of these in my high school career. It'd be nice to get that. So I don't know. Interesting to have an open slot on any high school schedule, any point in time, but definitely here at the end of the regular season. But that's where the Oak Plains, we do not have a game today. So we went through the local slate for football. It's still a very busy weekend on the slate. So today in Colby, Connor, if you're bored before you go down to Scott City, you could head over to Meadow Lake Golf Course for the Region 6 Cross Country Championships today. Go check out some cross country. Give them some pointers, some tips on how to do some stuff.
I warmed up the course with my awful golf, so hopefully they're ready to go.
He's got her heated up for you out there.
God, quick story, but when I was playing, I was on the first hole getting ready to tee off, and they were putting up posts on the hole, and I'm like, they're far away enough. I'm not gonna be able to even come close to hitting them if I tee off. So
and
of course,
you striped one.
I hit a perfect drive, like 250, 260, and it's like feet away from one of the guys. I'm like, oh no.
That's how it always happens.
Yeah.
It's not because your mind is, I'm not going to get those people. And then you hit the best shot of the day, and it's like parking it right up their keister.
And it was the best shot of the day.
That's how it works.
Yeah. First shot, best shot.
It's happened to me 3 times in my life. I can recollect on it 3 times. I'm not going to hit those people. One hopped into the back of the cart, that kind of thing.
It's the worst.
Also, it's cross-country regionals on Saturday for area high school teams. 3A teams will be running at Dodge City's Mariah Hills. 2A and 1A area teams competing in Ellis at the Ellis Country Club. Here's the big fact that people need to know. Teams must finish in the top 3 in 2A and 3A, or finish in the top 4 in 1A. You have to have the top 4 teams in 1A, or finish in the top 3 teams in 2A or 3A in order to qualify for state as a team. So we'll probably see like the Quinter boys, for example, do that. But in order to qualify for state as an individual, you have to finish in the top 15 individual spots.
Ooh,
you got to finish in the top 15. So
it's exclusive.
It is exclusive. You got to be on your screws to get that done here this weekend. Best luck to area runners. Saturday, 9 area volleyball teams remain alive for the postseason with sub-state volleyball. You got Oakley, Goodland, Rollins County, Quinter, Decatur Community, Greeley County, St. Francis, Wallace County, and Cheylin. Those are the teams that all remain alive for sub-state play on Saturday. You've got Goodland down at Lakin. They'll take on Hoisington in the first round. We'll have coverage of that on Goodland's Rocket 102.5, by the way. That'll be around, probably 1:30. We're on the air. Oakley at Medicine Lodge. They have to take on Hayes TMP. Rollins County's at Ellenwood taking on Smith Center. Quinter will host Hill City in the first round. They also host Decatur Community and Ellis in the other bracket. On the other side of that bracket, Greeley County will host St. Francis. Hodgman County and La Crosse, they take on the Lady Indians, does Greeley County. Wallace County is hosting Victoria, as well as Wheatland Grinnell and Western Plains. Wallace County takes on Victoria, and Wheatland Grinnell takes on Western Plains at Victoria, and then Shiloh takes on Northern Valley. They will also host Dighton and Pawnee Heights. So Shiloh is at home. Greeley County and Quinter are at home as well. So 3 area teams are hosting sub-state play, and it's different. So on Monday, it was you have to win pretty much win 2 out of 3 matches. It was a quad. It was a quad. You had to win 2 out of 3 to advance. Now it's all straight bracket. You got to win or it's over. You got to win 2 to get to state, 1 to make it to the sub-state title game. But if you lose along that path anyway, you will not be going to state. Your season is over. So we'll see what that all holds coming up on Saturday. So yeah, that's right. High stakes. Very well put. And speaking of high stakes, Saturday night in Barton, we talked this on yesterday, but Colby Community College and Barton squaring off in volleyball. The Lady Trojans hoping to stay atop of the league standings. They need this win, but Barton wants it really bad. And like I've said, I believe now there could be a chance that this definitely is wrong because they could drop a game they're not supposed to. But if you got to win this game if you're going to win this league, because it feels like it's kind of a pseudo championship match.
Yeah, right. That's. I mean, it's the 2 best teams in the league.
Yeah, by far the 2 best teams in the league, and we'll see which team comes out on top on Saturday there north of Great Bend. Then we get into the rest of the weekend slate. We've got KU hosting K-State, 123rd Sunflower Showdown from David Booth Memorial Stadium. That is 11 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Mountain Time kickoff. Of course, listen to KU on Flower Country 97.9 and K-State on 100.3 The Ride. We'll have more thoughts on this game in just a minute. Nebraska hosts Northwestern at 11 a.m. on FS1, and Colorado at Utah. Late game, of course, on ESPN. I bet $100,000 Mark Jones is on the call.
I love Mark Jones, man.
I guarantee it. It's if it features Colorado, it's Mark Jones.
It seems like he's been on a lot of those games, especially for the past.
I feel like it's just because him and Prime apparently get along, and that's the only guy that Prime will talk to. I could see that.
Really?
I could see that being a deal. I could.
Maybe.
I could be blowing that out of proportion, but I feel like that could be a thing too. And then Sunday, Broncos and Cowboys. High octane offense of the Dallas Cowboys taking the Denver Broncos. That's at Mile High Stadium. Kickoff at 2:25 Mountain. You listen on Rocket 102.5. And can't forget tonight, it is Game 1 of the World Series, the Fall Classic. Toronto Blue Jays, first time in there since 1993, taking on the LA Dodgers. Blake Snell and Trey Yasevich, the pitching matchup tonight. Boy, that seems like a heavily slighted a favorite in the direction of Blake Snell. First pitch, 7 Central, 6 Mountain Time. Blue Jays are going to have a lot go right for them. They're going to have a little lady luck on their side.
I believe.
I'm not saying I don't, but I said they're going to have a lot of luck on their side to get that done. So there's the weekend slate for you. So let's get into picks. We'll dive into some of these games a little bit deeper with our picks. But Connor, once again, has been tasked with a wonderful job he did last week. He'll do it again this week with our picks. And we've decided to go with 13, a baker's dozen of picks, including our regional games as well. So you have the floor, my friend. Where are we going to in our picks of the weekend?
Thank you. Well, we'll start with the regional stuff. And also I threw in one extra just as a fun choice as like almost an extra regional game.
Okay.
But I tacked it on at the very last spot. So we'll start with Northwestern at Nebraska. 7.5 point spread in favor of Nebraska at home. Over under is 44.5.
Part of me wants to say that Nebraska is going to play so mad and so angry after what happened, but part of me does not trust Nebraska to cover the spread. Give me Northwestern to cover. Nebraska wins.
Okay, Northwestern cover. I'm kind of feeling the same way because I think Northwestern's been playing much better.
Won 5 of their last 6, by the way.
They pitched a shutout last week against, Purdue, but a shutout's a shutout. I mean,
Purdue did have to play with their backup quarterback after the starter got hurt in the first quarter. That does change things a little.
Yeah, a shutout's still a shutout. We'll give them that. And they've played well throughout the season. They hung with Oregon for a little bit early on, and thankfully they beat Penn State. That was a fun watch. I mean,
Northwestern runs the ball 40 times a game. They are committed to running the ball. What does Nebraska not do well? They don't stop the run that well.
Yeah. So I I'm gonna get a little bold. I'm
Here
gonna
he goes.
say let's give Northwestern a win. Let's have some fun.
Oh God.
Outright.
Let's give Ross more gray hairs and more high blood pressure. Right. Love it.
All right. Our next game is the Sunflower Classic, K-State at Kansas.
Let's showdown. David Booth Memorial, Kansas Stadium. I'm excited.
3.5-point favorite is Kansas. And can you guess the over-under on this one?
It's got to be high. 55.5.
You're almost right on the money. It's 56.5.
That was really good. I don't even have it pulled up. So that was a complete honest guess. All right, great. I tell you, I'm wrong. There is part of me that says, I don't know if Kansas can slow down Kansas State. I don't know if K-State can. I think K-State's defense will be opportunistic. I said earlier in this week, I said it is the team that commits the least amount of mistakes will win this game. It is going to be close. Whenever it is close, I go with the points, and I'm taking the over.
Ooh.
I'm going to take the over.
I'm going to have some more fun and say K-State wins. I think they've just been playing
That's
better.
Fun.
Football.
That makes it 17 straight.
Well, it's fun in the sense of the season that K-State's been having. That's
okay.
That's what I mean. I mean, it's been disappointing. So for them to get this one would probably ignite some fire into them, and maybe they rebound for the rest of the schedule. But yeah, we'll see. They've been playing well lately. Avery Johnson's been firing on all cylinders with his guys, and we'll see if Dylan Edwards plays. But I don't know.
It's the Sunflower Showdown, are known here in Goodland as the Cure Bowl. Layton Cure and Lincoln Cure will face off for the first time as collegiate athletes. So that'll be fun.
That's right.
Fun to see that.
All right. Next up, we've got our last, normal regional college football game. We've got Colorado at Utah. Utah, 13.5-point favorites. 49.5 is the over-under.
Give me the Rolling Utes cover in a win. Yeah.
Covers.
It's at Utah. That's hard. And Utah just got beat by BYU. I'm pretty sure they're pretty mad. Colorado, it's not the same. Think about how we talked about Coach Prime for the last year or so and how much buzz there is. We just don't have that same buzz.
Not this year.
Same.
Not without Shadur.
Nope. Going with Utah.
Man. 13.5 feels steep, but this almost feels like the Chiefs game last week.
It's like it does, yeah.
It's just it feels like a huge spread, but it's like I think I'm with you. Utah covers. Okay. Our first NFL game. Cowboys at the Broncos. 3.5-point spread. Broncos favorite at home. 50.5 is your over-under.
My gosh, this game is so hard. 50.5. I don't know. I'm telling you, it's the slow start for the Broncos. It's a trend. I think Cowboys.
Cowboys win.
Cowboys win.
Okay. I'm taking the over.
Okay.
I think
okay. Yeah.
Broncos,
that's a safe bet. Yeah, I'd say feel good about that. Yeah.
Broncos, I mean, they're not gonna give up a bunch of like small chunks, but I feel like they're just gonna give up the big play. And the Cowboys are going to be able to take the top off the defense, and the Broncos are going to be in scramble mode, and I think they're going to manage to score some points as well. So that's my take. Next game, Commanders at Chiefs. Spread has gone down just a tick. It's 11.5 in favor of the Chiefs now, over under 47.5.
Okay, let's see. What was that? Say that number again.
Which one?
It was Commanders Chiefs. The spread is what again?
11.5 in favor of the Chiefs.
Kansas City cover.
Okay. Sure.
I'm telling you, I think the Chiefs, they look so good against the Raiders. I know it's the Raiders. I get that. But the Commanders are so banged up. And they're at home. Yeah, that just feels like Chiefs roll.
I know the Commanders have Mariota, but they got Debo back this week. And maybe McLaurin. I think the Commanders are going to cover. They're even without some of their guys, they're still better than the Raiders. That's for sure. So,
hey, we got to have some differentials to see who actually knows what they're talking about.
That's true. I'm kind of intentionally straying a little bit this week. I want to make this interesting.
Got it.
We have the same record right now.
Okay, next.
So I went pretty college heavy on the alternative schedule here, but this is another NFL game. Packers are favored by 2.5 on the road against the Steelers. The over-under is 45.5.
Packers, you said favored by 3.5?
2.5.
Steelers defense can't stop anybody. Green Bay's defense is pretty solid. They're going to get after. Yeah, give me Packers. Packers cover. Packers cover.
Okay.
Gonna be close though. Be like 5, something like that. 4 or 5.
I'm gonna say the Packers win outright. I feel like the Steelers are just gonna muck it up and make it a little too close for comfort, and it's gonna be somehow like a 1 or 2 point game.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
I'll keep it safe and say the Packers win outright.
Sounds good to me.
My next game, we talked about this one in, I think this was one of your favorites in the Power 5 for college football, and this is an insane spread. You know exactly where I'm going.
I think I do, yeah.
UCLA at number 2, Indiana. 25.5 point favorites are your Hoosiers. 52.5 points is the over under.
I'm taking the over, baby. Points.
Okay, I'm gonna say UCLA covers because Indiana's great. They're one of the best teams in the nation. They're number 2 for a reason, but 25.5 against a surging UCLA is, I don't know. I don't like it. Okay.
I don't like it.
Number 8, Ole Miss at number 13, Oklahoma. Oklahoma favored by 5.5. Over under is 51.5.
Ole Miss, Oklahoma. Give me Ole Miss. What was the point? What is their spread total again?
The spread is 5.5 in favor of the Sooners.
Yeah, give me Ole Miss.
Okay, Ole Miss covers. I mean, this is probably the healthiest John Mateer's been all year, but also Ole Miss is Ole Miss, and they want to win desperately after losing to Georgia, and they may be on the road. They may be playing at Oklahoma. That's not easy at all.
Nope.
But man, this is a tough one.
Yep. Challenge. Close.
Man, I'm gonna say I think Oklahoma gets them by a touchdown when it's all said and done. But Oklahoma lost to Texas a couple weeks ago, and Texas sucks. So Ole Miss covers, sure. I feel more confident in that.
Okay. All right, we got to pick up the pace. What do we got?
Houston at number 24, Arizona State. 7.5 point favorites are Arizona State. 46.5 over under.
Give me Devils. Devils cover 7.5.
Cover. Okay. I think I'm with you there.
Okay.
Number 3, Texas A&M favored by 2.5 against number 20 LSU. Over under 49.5.
Golly, LSU needs this so bad, but I don't trust Brian Kelly right now. Give me Mike Elko in the cover. Aggies
cover. Yeah. Again, I can't really argue against that. I think that's a good choice. I'm saying the Aggies cover as well.
Okay.
Minnesota at Iowa. Hawkeyes favored by 7.5 at Kinnick. Over unders 39.5.
It's so small. I love small numbers. It's a rivalry game. Minnesota covers the 7.5. It's going to be close. It's going to be real close. Field goal type game.
With the way Minnesota's been playing, I think this is another agree right here. Gophs cover.
Gophs.
Next one is number 15, Mizzou at number 10, Vandy. The Commodores are favored by 2.5, and it's a 53.5 point over and under.
I'm going to take the over. Take the over. Pavia. Feeling good about Pavia.
Give me Mizzou to win.
Nice. Purpula.
Let's do it. I love Bo.
Best rushing offense in the country, or pretty close.
They do. I don't think Vanderbilt can stop him, but we'll see.
Interesting.
So, number 23, Illini at Washington, who is favored by 4.5 at home. 54.5 point spread.
Boy,
I know my choice.
Okay, go with it.
Illinois covers. They either lose by a field goal or they win. I mean, Illinois is trying to claw their way back into the picture here.
Give me Dogs. I'll take the Dogs. They're at home. Give me Washington.
Okay.
Washington.
To cover?
To cover.
Okay. And then my fun one, Colorado State at Wyoming. Wyoming is favored.
The battle for the boot.
Yes.
The battle for the boot.
And 47.5 points is your over-under. I think we know less about this one than
Colorado State just fired Jay Norvell, their head coach.
Yes. They just won 8-5 last year.
I know. I don't know what they're doing there. But that maybe they're getting ready for where they go into the new Pac-12. Maybe that's what they're thinking. Who's favored again? Wyoming?
Wyoming by 4.5.
Yes. Give me Wyoming.
I agree. All right, we got to go.
All right, there you go. Picks of the weekend. Going to be fun to see how we shake out on Monday. Back with a quick story about recruiting, basketball recruiting, next in the Blitz.
Holiday of Lights Parade, Friday, November 28th. Lineup starts at 6. Parade at 6:30 down Main Street. Prize for most luminous, most original, and more. Register by November 27th at the Sherman County Community Development and help Goodland shine bright.
We've been serving ag families for generations because we believe farming isn't just a job, it's a legacy. Whether you're just starting out or expanding your operation, F&B Bank has flexible lending solutions designed for you. This is Loan Officer Kennedy Frank at F&B Bank. We're proud to be your hometown ag lender, member FDIC.
Boy, howdy, are we in the big travel season. Have peace of mind that trained and certified crews from S&M Towing, Recovery and Repair stand by round the clock, ready to help you. The tri-state area rely on these teams from Goodland, Burlington, Colby, and Oakley. When troubles arise, get roadside assistance, towing, and recovery anytime, any size. Call 785-899-5423, 899-5423.
It's game time.
What time is it? Game time!
You're listening to the Morning Blitz.
All right, we are at the end of the show here. I can't believe you didn't throw in something about the World Series. Make a prediction on the World Series.
I decided to hold that one off and keep it to football in the spirit of previous.
Okay, well
episodes.
let's quickly bring this up. 30 seconds. Who you taking in the World Series?
Oh, I want to say that. You know what? The Blue Jays upset. Let's go. Come on.
All right. Well, I'm taking LA as much as I hate it. LA. Golly, what am I going to go? I'm going to go LA in 5.
5? Wow. I can see it.
Money buys championships, baby. Apparently that's how it does. Money buys
Shohei.
championships.
Yeah.
Gosh, Shohei Ohtani. So give us the backdale details on the story, and I've got the audio. Go ahead.
So now G Leaguers are eligible to play college basketball if they're within a 5-year window of their high school graduation. So let's say, I don't know if you remember the G League Ignite team where you could go straight to the G League from high school.
Yep.
Like, especially like those guys can go back to college. And there was a kid named London Johnson who's played in the G League for 3 years at this point, and he just committed to Louisville, which is ridiculous.
Does he have like 4 years or 5 years to play in college if he wanted to now?
It's kind of unclear what that is, but where that's at. But I don't see why they couldn't just go for the full 4 years if they haven't played college ball before.
I don't know why they couldn't either.
But yeah, I think this is ridiculous. I mean, these guys have played pro basketball. They've seen like much crazier things than you're going to see in college. Like a G League team's going to beat a college team regardless. Like I don't understand why this is allowed at all.
I don't get it either, and neither does Bill Self. They asked him at Big 12 Media Days. Here's where his thoughts on this situation exactly.
Don't want to knock it from a standpoint that who knows, we may be recruiting one before it's all said and done. But I got to know the rule better because I didn't know it was just limited to G League. I thought a guy could get cut in the NBA and be eligible for college. My personal opinion is I have no idea what we're doing. What are we doing? So we're going to go recruit we're going to call NBA teams and G League teams to find out who would potentially be available, and that's who we're going to recruit now, as opposed to high school kids or even portal kids. And what is the actual rule? Does it have to fit within a 5-year window? Can he go to college first? I don't really understand it well enough to comment too much, other than why wouldn't everybody declare for the draft? If it doesn't work out, go back to college. Why? I mean, if it is the way that I think it is, which it may not be because I don't understand it well enough yet, it's going to open up some unintended consequences that we're going to have to deal with for sure.
My goodness. Well said, Bill Self. I'm telling you, it's agreed. Why not go to pro? Then if you don't make it, come on back. We'll take you at the college game.
I don't think you can't declare for the draft. I don't think.
Gosh. But I'm not saying declare for just say go to the G League, you don't make. I know the college athletics is going to absolutely it's going to shoot itself in the foot so much.
Yes.
That it may be hard to come back from. It's going to take some time to come back from it. I guarantee it. It's happening right now, folks. We're going to shoot it. College athletics is making billions and billions of dollars. Billions of dollars. It is going to go away because people are not going to be interested in this crap that continues to go on, whether it's the gambling, this, portal, NIL, you name it. It's going to go away. Mark my words. It's going to happen at some point in time, and it's going to hurt them, and they're going to have to revert back to what things were maybe to get their things going. But I agree with Bill Self. How do you know what the rules are anymore? At the same time, I can understand this London guy. Think about going at the G League where you're playing in front of 50 fans a night? I mean, I doubt it's anything good. Now you're going back to college where you're going to play in front of packed houses there at the KFC Yum Center in Louisville because that's where you think he's recruited to go. That's more fun than playing in front of a morgue. So I understand it. I get it, but I hate it. I get it, but I hate it.
Yeah.
Can we please get this world back on track? What a terrible place. All right, on to the walk-off.
And back lifts his ball high and deep to right. How about walk-off Gray? Thomas to the 10. Denver's going on to New England. They win it on the first play of overtime. Mahomes swings it. It's there. Hardman. Jackpot. Kansas City.
The Region 6 or the KJCCC basketball preseason polls are out. They were released yesterday by the conference office. Colby Community College women picked to tie for 9th. They're the highest picked team. The Colby men picked to finish in 11th. Fort Hays Tech men and women both picked to finish in last place of the conference. There's only one of those that I have a massive huh? And that would be the Fort Hays Tech men, who, by the way, returned their head coach. Last year went on a great heater at the end and did not finish anywhere near the bottom of the league. There is no way the men finish in last. I will be shocked if the Fort Hays Tech Northwest men finish in last place. I will be shocked. They've got a really talented big point guard. I think he's like 6'6", 6'7". He's going to be really good. So I'm telling you right now, I think people don't know what they're talking about, but I don't think the Tech men are going to be finishing in dead last. Feel pretty good about that.
We'll see.
I would be surprised if Colby Community College men and women don't finish a little bit higher than where they're selected. But they're not going to get the love. They never get the love. Coffeyville men, by the way, picked to win. Dodge City women, former Fort Hays Tech Northwest. Well, Northwest Tech basketball coach Landon Steele, the head coach there now. They're picked to win. Dodge City is the women are. So we'll see. Very, very interesting season ahead for JUCO basketball. Well, everyone have yourself a great weekend. Listen to Connor tonight on 100.3 The Ride. He'll be down there at Scott City telling about the wonderful booth accommodations. And if you're not willing to make the trip down to Hugoton, I will do it for you. Listening to Goodland's Rock at 102.5 for coverage of Cowboy football tonight. Connor, have a great call and a great weekend.
Thank you.
For everyone else, we will see you on Monday. It's been the Blitz.